Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Tom Morgan Drum Studio. We're back in the Rudimental book today, the Sequential Approach to Rudimental Snare Drum. And again, you can buy this book online through the publishers, callenpublications.com. c-allenpublications.com is their address, or steveweissmusic.com, or hopefully from your local music store or drum shop, which is the best way to buy it if you can, because you can support your local music store. All right, so today we are on page 13 and we're looking at the 5-stroke roll. All right, so the 5-stroke roll is another rudiment. We've talked about what rudiments are, and so this is a very important rudiment to learn. So if you look at the page, we see that line 1 has the rhythm 1 En, 2 En, 3 En, 4 En in the first measure of the exercise. And the second measure, we simply diddled the 16th notes. And that gives us a 5-stroke roll. Okay? 2 double bounces and then the ending single accented note. Gives you five notes. Okay? So, to start out with, I'll just play the first 2 lines. All of these exercises, again, let me remind you, are to be played repetitively for long periods of time. Don't just do them 1 or 2 times and stop, but just keep repeating them over and over again. Okay, so here's line number 1. 1, 2, and ready, and go, and. Okay, now I did that with the first sticking, the top sticking, which is right, left, right, right, left, right. Okay, but you also want to be able to play it with left, right, left, left, right, left, starting with your, maybe for me, it would be the weaker hand. So I'll do it that way. We want both of, whether you start it with right or left, we want it to sound identical. 2, and ready, and go, and. Okay, now I don't have the sticking on the page, but it's also a really good idea to practice these alternating, because alternating 5-stroke rolls definitely show up in rudimental drumming literature. So to do that, we're just going to jump back and forth between the lines. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And when you do it, notice that you're really just playing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. You're just alternating, but we're doing it using the rhythm of 2 16th notes and an 8th. So let me do it that way. 2, and ready, and go, and. Okay, so you want to practice it all 3 of those ways. So they should all sound identical. Now, if you look at line 2, you'll see that it's the same as line 1, except in the second measure, I've written the rolls in the other style, the shorthand style, I call it. And if you look at the very top of the page, you see that whether you write it with the slash marks or the shorthand style, it's exactly the same. But again, I switch back and forth in the book because I want you to get used to seeing it either way, because you will. So I won't take the time to play line 2, it's the same as line 1. Now line 1 and 2 are set up so that the roll starts on the downbeat, 1 En, 2 En, 3 En. But if you get down to line 3, you'll see that the roll rhythm changes to an 8th and 2 16ths. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And when we do it that way, it makes it so that the roll starts on the upbeat rather than the downbeat. It starts on the and. So the sticking is all the same in terms of the roll starting with the right hand or the left hand, and we're going to want to do it alternating in a minute here too. But let me do line 3 and you'll get the idea. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay? Now we're going to do it the other way, starting with, in my case, my least coordinated hand, my left hand. So here's again line 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, so we want those to sound identical, and then we want to alternate it as well, so it'll be right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Again, you're really just playing right, left, right, left, right, left, but you're doing it with the 8th note to 16th note rhythm. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so here's line number 3, 2 and a ready and a go and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And again, you're always going to do these for a couple of minutes at a time without stopping. And you want to get them faster too, so that you're able to play them, you know, at a wide variety of tempos. So I'll just do line 3 again, faster. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, and let me just mention here that, again, as you're learning this, if you started from the beginning and you've never played drums before, maybe your diddles are not happening like mine are. Maybe it's sounding like you're kind of getting a sloppy double bounce or a hybrid between buzz and double bounce. That's okay. That's what these exercises are designed to fix. So as you practice it, you're always doing it the best you can possibly do it. But the way you're going to clean up those diddles is your grip, the grip tension, and having the grip focused right so that you have a good fulcrum where the stick can pivot. If you're holding onto the stick in a weird way that doesn't give you a good fulcrum, then you're going to have trouble getting a good diddle. So again, we've talked about, I've got video out on the grip. You might want to watch it if you're still confused about that. But, you know, having a good fulcrum with the right hand between the thumb, index, and middle fingers. So you really have a good pivot point there. But if you're using traditional grip, the fulcrum actually is here between the thumb and the knuckle of your index finger. So getting a good fulcrum and then adjusting the tension of that fulcrum is going to be what will determine what your diddle sounds like. So keep working on it, keep experimenting, use these exercises and just the repetitive nature of them to just keep doing it and just keep experimenting as you're playing to clean that up as you go. And just know that it does take time. Nobody comes right out of the chute just playing this perfectly. You know, the only reason, again, I can do it maybe better than you can is because I'm old. I've just had more time. So, you know, give it time, keep practicing, it will get better. Okay, we're going to jump down to line 5 now, which mixes them up, the 2/16 and an 1/8 pattern in the first measure, and then the 1/8 and 2/16 in the second measure. So it sounds like this: 2 and ready and go and. Okay, And, you know, I would do that with starting with your left hand and also alternating as well. I won't take the time to do that now, but I think you understand, you know, applying that same idea there. And then the last one just adds some 16th notes in between the 5-stroke rolls to give you just another exercise to practice. So I'll do that one. 2 and ready and go and. So it helps, I mean, it's a way to practice just getting out of 16th notes into a 5-stroke roll and then getting out of a 5-stroke roll into more 16th notes. And again, do that one alternating and left-handed as well. All right, now solo 2 comes next on the next page, 14. And solo 2, as you may have guessed, adds the 5-stroke roll. Okay, so solo 2 has the rolls written in the shorthand version. So if you look at the beginning of solo 2, it starts with what we call a pickup, okay? So starting on the end of 2 is an 8th note 5-stroke roll. So that would be like having 2 16th notes instead of that 8th note. If we use the other system, 2 16th notes diddled. So we're going to start on endo 1, okay? But we're going to diddle them. So it's going to be endo 1, okay? So there's quite a few rolls, well, a lot of rolls in this that start on the and like that, start as a pickup into the next measure. But when you jump down to the 3rd line there, after the 2nd ending, you see 2 left-handed 5-stroke rolls that are based on 2 16ths and an 8th pattern, 2 E and. Each of them are on 2 E and. So then it goes back at the end like the beginning. So you want to, when you practice these, pay close attention to the sticking. Okay, the sticking is going to be very, very important here. Don't make up your own sticking. Follow this sticking, because this is going to start to form habits that you want to ingrain in your head about how to stick different things. Okay, now another thing that's here is the 1st and 2nd ending that we saw in some solos before this. And again, you play through the 1st line, the 2nd line down to what is the 1st ending at the end of the 2nd line, and then you repeat to not the very beginning, because you see there's a roll at the end of the 1st ending that takes you back to the 1st complete measure. We don't play the pickup again because it's really in the end of the 1st ending. And so it ends on 1 at the very beginning of the 1st full measure. And then we play a 2nd time down. And when we get down to the 1st ending again, we skip that and jump to the 2nd ending on the 3rd line. And then we go ahead and play through there and all the way down to the 1st ending on the last line. And now we repeat back up to the 2nd measure of the 3rd line. We don't go clear back to the beginning again. We go back to the next repeat sign, which is there in the 3rd line. And then we play again, we'll finish the 3rd line and down to the 4th. And when you get to the 1st ending, you skip it and go on to the 2nd ending and you're done. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you. And, you know, if you want to, I'll play it not super fast, but, you know, maybe eventually you can play it along with me if that helps you. But just hearing it played, I think, is important. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 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 1. First ending and the beginning and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 9-stroke rolls. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. 2nd ending and 1 and 2 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 and 1 listening, and 2, and 1, and 2 again, 1, and 2 again, 1, and 2, and 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 1, and 2. All right. I forgot to mention that some 9-stroke rolls pop up there in the second line, but you've already learned those from the pages before, so we don't want to forget those. And all the rudiments that we learn will keep coming back in the solos as we move along. So we won't just, forget about them. We'll keep playing them randomly as they pop up in the solos, and so they become again ingrained in your mind and in your hands. All right. So that takes us up through solo 2 and the 5-stroke roll. So thank you very much for this, for watching this video. Please like it and tell your friends about these videos. Subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.